macabre, everybody. Hey, another donation from the great Bjørn-Rune Nilsen. And Bjorn asked me to put Helloween Walls of Jericho right there against Japan, ex-Japan Vanishing Vision, right? Wait, Vanishing Vision. Now, the reason, because that's AI, in case you didn't know. I have a laboratory, I have workers, and I have the main guy that knows how to do the AI stuff. And yesterday, you know, he was working on it. He did the Helloween, and he was supposed to do the ex-Japan today. I'm sorry, I'm getting text messages. Supposed to do the ex-Japan today, but he went on one of those nasty crack binges because he's a crack addict. But I still love him because he's a fan of Merciful Fate. So, let's do this. All right, I've never heard this ex-Japan before. I love Walls of Jericho, that right there. It's my favorite Helloween album. I'm telling you, I was having a talk with my friend Ruben today. While I was listening to Walls of Jericho, he gave me a call. And he's like, hey man, what you doing? I go, man, I'm sitting here listening to best damn Helloween album, Walls of Jericho. He's like, shit. No way, man. Michael Kiske made that band way better. You know? I go, man, I love those Michael Kiske albums, but to me, I like Walls of Jericho more. He goes, and then he goes, you know, Walls of Jericho would be so much better if it was Mike Kiske singing it. I thought that was funny. I find little things funny. Like, all right, I'm sorry to get off the subject, but today, I saw a meme I had to share. It was the stupidest meme, and I don't have it here. Well, maybe if I remember, I'll put it in the video. It's a picture of a plane, like looking outside of a plane, with all these feet sticking up, and it said, this is your pilot speaking, we're flying over 20,000 feet. Stupid as hell, but I laughed. I laugh at stupid shit. All right, so let's get this started, shall we? All right, we got Walls of Jericho versus Dear Loser. All right, both are short little intros, and I do dig the Helloween a lot. But I'm going to give that one ex-Japan. I like the little acoustic-y shit. It was good. Then we got Ride the Sky versus Vanishing Love. Maybe that's the name of the album. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. Vanishing Love's a killer song. It's badass. But here's the thing about that, and I gotta explain this, you know, as I go on. I've lived with that for like almost 40 years. I know that album back and forth. I like that album like, I love that album and I know it like the back of my hand. Oh man, I got the back of my hand stuck in the toilet. Leave a comment below if you know where you heard that from, where I got that from. Classic, hilarious. Anyway, all right, so Ride the Sky, easily. And Vanishing Love was good. All right, next. Reptile versus Phantom of Guilt. Again, I gotta go with Helloween. Phantom of Guilt, I'll listen to it, I was like, man, this is really good. But man, I've lived with that for so many years. Reptile, man, I'm giving it to Reptile. All right, next. Guardians versus Sadistic Desire. Sadistic Desire, it's cool, melodic, metal tune, cool stuff, but man, I gotta go with Guardians. That is such a ripping track. This whole album's just ripping. All right. Phantom of Death versus Give Me the Pleasure. Man, this is probably my favorite off this album. This is my Give Me Your Pleasure. But you know, I love it because it's pretty original sounding. It's different, but it's cool. But man, I gotta go again with Phantoms of Death. I gotta go with Helloween, Phantoms of Death. All right, next, Metal Invaders versus I'll Kill You. Yeah, I think I'll Kill You is even better, actually, I think about it. It's like my favorite song off the album. Did I give it to that? I think I did. Yes, I did. I gave it to X Japan on that one. All right, now it's time to pick a random album. And let's go over here, right there. You know? All right, here we go. Oh, did I pick this up? I don't think I did. I did a review on this album on this channel. I think this is highly a underrated album. Mary Long, Super Trooper, Woman from Tokyo, Smooth Dancer, Rap That Blue. Play the last two songs kind of dips a bit for me, but man, everything up to Rap That Blue is fucking amazing. Who do you think we are? Deep Purple. All right, let's go to the next album. Next side. Well, I skipped the side. I already went into a song on side 2. All right, next. Gorgar versus Alive. Alive, I'm not a fan of it. It's ballady, but you know, I like some ballads, and then there's some ballads I just don't like. That's one I don't like. Gorgar is the best damn song off my favorite Helloween album. Gorgar's gonna eat you. Gorgar. Man, that song rules. Hey, I'm gonna get off track by track for a second to give you how I discovered Helloween. It's an interesting story. There's this place here on Miami Beach called Pelican Harbor. And in the 80s, me and my friends would go there and party, you know, drink, you know, smoke weed. That's about it. We would go do that there on weekends, you know, and we'd park and crank the metal. Well, one time we went there, and I remember this vividly, we were playing Merciful Fate on the stereo. And this car's there. And the dude gets out of the car, comes up to me and goes, dude, Merciful Fate. And we're like, whoa, because you got to remember, back in I think it was 1986 or 87, Merciful Fate was only known to us metalheads. Now they're way bigger than they were in the 80s as far as popularity. They were underground, you know? And this guy comes up, and then we became fast friends. And he was with a bunch of people. And we're talking, and he was like, hey, man, you ever heard Helloween? And I was like, no. And he's like, dude, you need to come check this out. And we went to his car, and he played Walls of Jericho. And I was floored. I was like, what the fuck? What's the name of that record, man? I gotta buy it. And I did. I went to Dan's. Check this out. This didn't last long either in the 80s. There was a record store down here called Dan's Records that only sold thrash and some metal. Not a lot, like, you know, more of the underground metal. Like, that was underground at the time. That was on Noise Records. You know, this was a store, and it didn't last long. It failed. But I went to Dan's. I go, if anybody's got Helloween, it's Dan's. I went, I bought it, and I've loved it ever since. Now, when Keepers 2 came, by the way, I bought at Dan's. I went back. They had the first Helloween EP. I should grab it. No, I can't. Can I? Yeah. I bought the first. No, just take my name. Take my word for it. I bought the first Helloween EP and the Judas EP. So I had all three before Keepers 1 came out. I got Keepers 1 and 2. I love them both. I do. I love Pink Bubbles. I think that album gets a bad rap because it's got a stupid ass album cover. But I love that. It's Chameleon, yeah. All right, I'll give you that one. But, yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. But there, I went off on a side story about Helloween during a Helloween track by track. All right, next. Heavy metal is the law. Blah, 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 blah. Fucking song rips. That's going against, all right, let's see if I can pronounce this right. Kurinai. And it starts mellow, but then it rips. It's a really killer song. But heavy metal is the law, you know? I'm giving it to that. And also, heavy metal is a law that I abide from. I said this before and I'll say it again. I like a lot of types of music. You know, today somebody was talking about, oh, when I hear country music, I want to barf. And I thought to myself, man, there's a couple country songs I like. I'm not a country fan, but there's a few country songs I like. And then I thought about it, man, I like pop, I like disco, I like some hip hop. I think NWA, I own both those CDs. Straight Outta Compton and Niggas for Life. I like the second one more. Straight Outta Compton is this close to it, but Straight Outta Compton is the one that everybody likes. But anyway, I'm going on a tirade on this episode, ain't I? My point is, I like some hip hop. The only thing I despise, I cannot listen to. Well, there's a couple things. Reggaeton. Can't stand reggaeton. I can't stand something that sounds like reggaeton, the word. Reggae. I can't listen to reggae. But yet, my favorite Scorpion song is like a reggae song. Is anyone from Love Drive. And I don't mind Jamaica from Zeppelin. And those are reggae. Oh, and there's a lot of Police songs I like that are very reggae. But Bob Marley, my brother has a Peter Tosh album, Legalize It. He would play to death when I was a kid. Hated it, man. All right, enough of the tirade. Oh, but my point is, all this music that I like that's not metal, all of it, I've said this before, all of it takes a backseat to heavy metal. And I mean that, because heavy metal's the law. All right, the last song is Too Many Tears versus Unfinished, right? Is that what I put? Unfinished. It kind of, like, when that song starts, Unfinished Song maybe, or maybe just Unfinished. When that song starts, it reminds me of the theme of Cheers, the TV show. It reminds me of it, the piano. But then it went into a different song that was really kick-ass, you know? It's short and ballady, you know? But it's good. But it's no fucking Too Many Tears, bro. Giving that to Helloween. So Bjorn, there's the final score. And there you go. Hey man, you know what? Maybe if I lived with this extra pan, as long as I had with Helloween, it'd probably be a different outcome. But I will say, man, it may have lost and got little points, but it was a kick-ass album. Really good stuff, but right there, man. Right there. Anyway, thank you so much, Bjorn. You rock, my friend. But you knew that. And everybody out there, you all rock as well. And you all didn't know that, but I'm telling you, you all rock. And if you'd like to donate, I got a PayPal in the description below. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and ring that little notification bell and like the video. It's good for the YouTube algorithms. So stay frosty. Listen to Walls of Jericho and X-Japan. And smack 'em a gaba. Metal.